But with someone who does have ADD specifically, you do have that chasing a dopamine, chasing a high, chasing a risk tendency. So how do you check in with yourself to make sure that it is a calculated risk? Like, because
Winning the wrong game. Winning
winning the
what
wrong
game are
game.
you winning? Yep, yeah, that's the I'm putting oh wait, hold on, I'm putting it in the chat. Oh wait, can I put it in the chat? Here. Oh wait, I think I can. I'm putting the Carp Hunter the
Oh, yeah,
link.
thank you.
there. There you
That sounds so cool.
go. Yes. Wait till you see the site. It'll be incredible. So
Yeah, I've really wanted to learn how to use a bow and do archery, and I was going to go get fitted, and then I got pregnant, and it was just not the right season because I was
bad
riding.
risk. That's a bad risk.
That's a bad risk. Yeah, I was doing dressage, and the horse that I got actually was trained in hog hunting, so he
What?
was a beast. I know. He was
Amazing. A horse hunting. Oh, God. Yeah, I could see you going in one of those helicopters where they shoot the hogs from
the
the air.
boars, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That I would do
Yeah,
for sure.
I would
You
do
would do
something like
that?
that.
You
Yeah, I
would.
would do that, yeah. That I
Have
would
you heard of nutrias? Those are those giant swamp rats in Louisiana. I want to take the kids that you go on one of those airboats and you shoot them. I want
oh,
to take the kids on that, right?
oh.
But that would be fun. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, no, the helicopter has always interested me, but yeah, I was like, "I'm gonna be like Katniss
Okay.
Everdeen, and I'm gonna be on my hog horse with my bow," and I just had this whole vision, and then I got pregnant, so I was like, "I am not gonna I can't ride a horse anymore right now, and then this is not the time to learn how to use a weapon, so we'll revisit that later in
Okay,
the
well,
future."
yeah, do you got time? Yeah, so
Yeah,
that sounds like a good idea. That sounds fun.
yeah, that sounds amazing. But yeah, I'll look up that that carp hunting.
I
Oh
just
my
sent the link.
gosh.
Oh, yeah, you'll love it, yeah.
Let me see what else I had. I journal before I do these things because sometimes I surprise myself, and then other times it just takes on its own life, which
Of
is
course.
usually the best way that I
Agreed.
think. Oh, one thing I wanted to ask just selfishly was finding out how to navigate business relationships based off of Colby. So, like, finding someone that makes up for your weak spot
Yes.
and then also isn't going to be so combative because you want
Mm.
someone that compliments you, but that's not necessarily an opposite.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Okay, I will answer that as concisely and simply as possible, but it requires it requires some in-depth response to that. So, those 3 things that we talked about, those assessments, the Colby, the strength finders, and the print. So, I'll start with me because that then you'll understand why the partnership works. So I'm an 8671 Colby, okay? My partner is a 1596. So 1 is his fact finder. I use the only one factor I ever met, and then 6 is his implementer, meaning he can build stuff with his hands. I'm a 1 implementer. I can barely hold a pencil, right? So he's built the platform, he's full backstage, perfect. Strength finders, my partner is competition maximizer empathy. So competition maximizer, he's going to win big at the highest level, but he's empathy 3. Empathy. I am dead last in empathy. For people like us, endless empathy. My partner is empathy for he has empathy for empathy. Which is so that's collaborative. It's collaborative. Print is I'm an 8-3, strong and self-reliant, succeed and achieve. My partner, Mark Fujiwara, he's a 3-8. Succeed and achieve, strong and self-reliant. So consciously we're collaborative,
Mhm.
unconsciously collaborative. We have the same unconscious motivators. It's collaborative.
Mm.
And then he collaboratively helps me with my, I guess, weaknesses.
Mhm.
Empathy, now he's great. Talk to Mark. Empathy, 'cause so or build something, talk to Mark. Backstage something, talk to Mark. And then with personal, which is now actually turned into business, which I never expected, but this is what happens when you have the right mindset. It attracts the right network and creates the right opportunities. But so my Colby again, 8671. My wife is 8742. So she has lower quick start, but higher follow through. Higher follow. Her number one strength finder is harmony. Harmony. I mean, I still like I can't even understand. I'm 31 out of 34 in harmony. 31. So again, collaborative harmony. She's second in relator, but third in achiever, as am I. I'm an achiever third. So she achieves, she wants to achieve, she just does it with harmony and relation. I do it with activation and maximizing. I just do it and then, oh, harmony, joy, woo. Okay. And then and by the way, she's brought harmony and relation as a bridge between me and my partner, Mark. She's brought harmony and relation. So that's collaborative. And then print, unconscious. I'm 8-3. Go, go, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. And then my wife is needed and appreciated and safe and secure. So she is I'm endlessly grateful for that. She taught me how to say thank you. She taught me how to be appreciative of her constantly. And then she's made me feel safe and secure. Her safety and security and harmony has been somewhat absorbed into me. And then she has a more interesting life now. She's phasing out of pediatrics to become COO of second company. She never would have done that if she had not married someone like me. She never would have done that. She would have constantly wanted to be safe and secure, but now she's taking more chances in life. So that's how it's done. Again, from a really a life perspective, I don't even really like saying business, but to me, it's just a collaborative life with business being a byproduct of that.
Mhm. You know, that's beautiful because I
Oh,
feel like
thanks.
a lot of times when we want something, especially if we're younger and like in the building phase, we don't necessarily
Mm,
think of the second and third order of consequences of going into business with
mm,
someone and you don't go
right,
over principles or values or long term
right.
vision. You're just like, oh, you have the capital. I have this idea. Let's do it. And that's kind of the end of
Mm,
the conversation.
that's
And
a
then
material thing. Yeah,
And you then all of a sudden you're adult and you realize you are nowhere on the same page. The business
right.
gets stuck because one person wants it to be like safe, secure, and stagnant, and the other person has like this idea to expand, and you're just never going to see eye to eye.
Well, one that's tremendous. And how you describe that, I would say it's a business partnership, not a it's just not. So like Donald Miller, I don't remember what the book is called. He's written a bunch of them, but in one of the books, he talks about writing your own eulogy.
Mhm.
And at first I'm like, I don't know, but then I'm like, oh, that's a pretty good idea. And so I wrote it and look at it every now and then. But first, it thanks my wife for giving me a life, and then it said like, and then my children, but mostly my wife. And then it was like, I tried to be a good dad and husband first, and then sometimes I got into a lot of trouble because I'm impulsive, which that would make sense with a quick start activator. And then it also thanked uh, partner, Mark Fujiwara, for a lifelong friendship, and then the byproduct of that was a successful global company that connected visionaries who created things for everyone else. But I think having that lifetime perspective of the same values and a partnership perspective is far it's just far different. It's totally different than material. And again, brain turns everything to patterns, everything. So business owners, humans, whatever that world is, they care about revenue, office space, employee count. The thing that you just said, like, oh, here's my idea, here's the capital to do it. So they're trying to change their world. They're a true visionary. They care about purpose, spending time with loved ones, collaborating, and they're trying to change the world. So it's a fundamental difference between the world people and their world. It's just most people aren't the world people. They're trying to change their world, and then the world people are already changing the world, or they will do whatever it takes to become one of those people. They won't make an excuse. They'll get back into a plane without a parachute after another one's been shot down.
Mhm. What would you say is the best investment you've made in yourself?
Well, that's a redundant question because it's investing in yourself. So that's such a good question because like so I see these Facebook groups and like someone will ask what's the best investment you can make, and then I know when someone's a business owner, they're like, oh, new technology or an employee or like a virtual assistant or whatever that is. That's just like business owner stuff, and then I always write, oh, invest in yourself. I mean, you just invest in yourself, and then So I just keep making bigger investments to be in smaller rooms, but the people in those rooms are making bigger impacts. So if you want to call those networking groups or entrepreneur groups, so bigger investment, smaller room, people in those rooms are making bigger impact. That allows me to spend biggest investment in smallest room, which is my family, where I can make the most impact. So it's the same formula, but everything to me is about spending more time with my family. So
Mhm.
that's one. And then if you're not a litmus test for people you serve, that's hypocrisy. So how can you expect people to make bigger investments in you and your companies if you're not making bigger investments in yourself? I mean, that's illogical. You can't, I mean, you guess you can, but how can you expect people to invest in what you're doing if you're not investing in yourself, making bigger investments in yourself? It's totally illogical.